well, and today we are going to have a very special live stream. What's going on, everybody? Andrew Wall here. Today is a very special live stream. It's all about gaming community building, and today I want to basically recount for you the successes of TGN Squadron, a project that is near and dear to my heart. A gaming community, an online community that me and the folks at TGN built over the last 7 years. This community has lasted for 7 years, since 2011, and I want to share with you what I have learned with the TGN Squadron project over all of these years. Over the last 7 years, almost nothing lasts for 7 years on the internet. I watched channels and communities rise and fall on the internet over this period of time, and TGN Squadron continued to live on, continued to be a successful initiative, continued to provide content creators the opportunity to succeed, the opportunity to get supplementary income to help chase the dream of becoming a full-time gaming creator. And TGN Squadron is now, the doors are closed on this chapter of TGN Squadron now. And so I want to share with you guys what we learned and what I learned from the project so that you guys can build a successful gaming community, so that you can build something that lasts for years, something that can supplement your income, something that can fuel your passion. And so this is like a celebration of what TGN Squadron accomplished / teaching you what really works after all of these years. So this one's going to be maybe a little bit tough for me to get through in some parts, I'll be honest. Having been a TGN Squadron member in the past, I was one of the Squadron members. But at the same time, I think it'll be really cool to recount everything that we did well and everything, just kind of the history of the project. And so this is the tweet of the stream, and one thing that I really want to emphasize here with the TGN Squadron project is that if you're going to start anything on the internet, and you're going to put your time, you're going to put your money, you're going to put your resources and what you're doing behind it, you need to start with a concept that you are truly passionate about. It is really important that you don't go into YouTube, into Twitch, into content creation, with the wrong intentions, I guess you could say. With the intention of just making it big, or the intention of just making money. And so when I quit my job, and that's my little chibi down here, this is an old TGN Squadron avatar. I was one of the gaming personalities on this destination back in the day. But when I quit my job to join TGN in the beginning, the reason why I did it is because I was passionate about the concept of TGN. And I was passionate about projects like TGN Squadron, which in the beginning of this project, in the beginning phases of TGN Squadron, it was all about creating content with other gamers, doing collaborative gameplay, doing collaborative recordings. This was a brand new concept on the internet at that time, believe it or not. I mean, these are the old episodes. I'll play some of it in the background here. This is July 12th, 2011 when we got started on this. Hengist and Rurikon and Pure Shield were the original guys. Hengist was the original guy that started the project here. And it started with League of Legends. And this was like a new idea at the time, believe it or not. Gaming creators, believe it or not. We were coming up with a new idea, which was multiple people playing a video game together, recording it, and then releasing that on the internet as a video for people to enjoy. It was a brand new concept then. And TGN Squadron kind of began pioneering that concept in the early days of YouTube. And I mean, here's the date. Take a look yourself. July 12, 2011. And this concept ended up kind of taking off a bit. And this concept ended up getting traction. And people really liked the interaction between those personalities. And it ended up lasting for 7 years and going from between multiple channels. And it ended up reaching heights of being featured on the cover of, I have a tweet here somewhere, I just posted it today, being on Bloomberg, being on the front page of YouTube Gaming, and being of big success, being on the main stage being featured on esports stages at BlizzCon. It ended up being a very successful project. It ended up being embedded into the BattleNet launcher. So TGN Squadron ended up being a very successful project in the long run, starting from the early days of YouTube, with people playing video games with each other and just figuring out this whole concept of collaboration in the beginning. And that's something that I'm really proud of. I think it's really cool that the team pioneered this, and I'm really grateful to have been a part of this project and to be a part of this process. And that's why this is a big reason why I quit my job and I ended up doing TGN and gaming content on the internet in the first place, because this was like, it was like a unimaginable dream to be able to like record gaming content with other people and make money from it, and to be able to actually make a living doing this. This is now commonplace today. Everybody knows this is possible. You have people like Ninja today that exist. You have people like Dr. Disrespect. People grow up in school thinking, I want to be a full-time YouTuber. They think, I want to be a full-time streamer. I want to do this for a living. When I quit my job to go do this in the beginning, to be a full-time streamer to start on TGN, that was a joke. Are you kidding me? Nobody did that full-time. And we were trying to create that dream for people. So anyway, TGN Squadron, that's where it started. That was the idea, is this whole collaborative gameplay concept that Hengist, William Donaldson is his name, pioneered in the early days of YouTube. And I'm really proud that we ended up pioneering that concept. As you can see, our thumbnail strategy is terrible over here on the side. This is old school YouTube with the exact same thumbnail over and over and over again, but that's the way it worked on YouTube. As you can see, the annotations are on here. So anyway, the point of this is to emphasize that if you are going to build a successful online community, and you are going to build a successful initiative that is going to last in the long run, you need to do so with a concept that you are deeply passionate about and that you would be doing absolutely for free without making any money whatsoever. If you can start with that foundation, you can build something that can last. All right, good morning to Rel. Yeah, good to see you. 1 million subs, no vids. Great to see you as well. Gamer Turk, Prodigy Illusion. Thank you all so much for joining. Jimmy, thank you for joining as well. It's great to see all of you here. So that's the foundation for building a great online community and a great gaming community. Not, I have a good business proposal. Not, I created a killer spreadsheet. It's all about being passionate about the concept and doing it for free no matter what. That's going to allow you to attract like-minded people that will follow you and will support you for years. And that's really important. Erze, good to see you. Thank you for joining in chat. The next part that was really important, and I think was a really critical part of why TGN Squadron ended up being successful, and the kind of like rough patches or tough spots that we ended up running into over the years, was collaborating with positive creators. This is something really important. A lot of people, when they're looking to collaborate with a creator, and if you look at these thumbnails and these banners with TGN Squadron, you know, the banners are all of the creators that we're collaborating with or that are collaborating in that time. Like, that's the band. That's who's in the banner up here. That constantly gets changed out. A lot of people look at people to collaborate with on the internet, and they look and see how many subs do they have. They're thinking, how much audience can I get so that I can grow from that collaboration? They're thinking growth first, creativity, positivity second. And what I want to tell you guys is that you need to focus on positivity first and the fit first, and then making sure that person's heart is in it first before you look at the size of the other creator that you're looking to collaborate with. This is critical for building a good gaming community that's going to last in the long run, is putting the positivity first. Okay, not the size of the collaboration and not the size of the other creator first, and the business opportunity first. All right, because if you associate yourself with negative people or people that are unstable emotionally or are unreliable when you're looking to collaborate with other people on your Twitch stream, your Mixer stream, your YouTube channel, you're going to end up wasting time, you're going to end up wasting energy, And ultimately, you're going to end up wasting opportunity. And your audience is going to see right through that collaboration and see it for what it really is. Echo Gaming, it's great to see you. Good to see you as well. Echo Gaming is an example of a person that leads with his heart and leads with positivity and attracts positive people. This is something so incredibly important for all of you to remember. And this might sound like generic advice, but I'm telling you that from experience, if you are potentially going to collaborate with someone, check them out on social media, check them out on Twitter, check them out on their YouTube channel, and Google them. And if you see any sort of drama related to that individual, any sort of drama related to that person where they're being negative, they're complaining about things, they are engaging in the latest garbage and bottom-feeding topics, complaining about the YouTube algorithm, complaining about the games they're playing, complaining about other people, really importantly, and stirring up drama, stay away from that person forever. You do not want to collaborate with people that are negative and get involved with drama. It is not going to help you build the best gaming community. And so that's something that I feel like is a huge lesson that I learned with TGN Squadron is, bringing in the positive people, the people that were able to push through, the people that were able to stick around for years were the people that were positive. The people that were able to look at a positive perspective and avoid drama and able to just work and do what they love. Those are the people that last, and those are the people that attract audiences that last. And so that's something that's really, really important for you guys to take into consideration when you're looking at collaborations. I can't tell you how many people have approached me at PAX East or E3 or what have you, and are like, yo, let's cross-promote, or yo, let's collab, or I want to be on such and such channel, or I want to do such and such opportunity. And you can tell that they're only in it to grow and to siphon audience away from what you're doing to their thing. Those kinds of people are not the type of people that you want to collaborate with, I can assure you. And so TGN Squadron taught me that lesson multiple times, where if there were any negative people that came across the plate or potentially would be involved, those are the kinds of people that created problems or ended up sucking up energy and time and conversations with the team and ended up taking away from the project by even having them be in consideration. The positive people, the people that are able to push through, the people that are there for the right reasons, those are the people that made this project truly successful. And that is a critical element to making the best online gaming community, or the best online community itself, is to only associate yourself with those kinds of people and make no exceptions, ever. Cool? Let me show you a couple cool things that we ended up doing along the way just to keep your interest. But one cool thing that we ended up doing is Blizzard Entertainment. And we ended up producing this series for Blizzard Entertainment called Heroes Academy. And it was this really premium produced series. Jonathan Moxness led the production of this project. And we ended up making this like premium tutorial series with TGN Squadron that ended up getting embedded directly into the BattleNet launcher. I've told you guys about this before. And this is something that I want to share with you guys. So one thing that was really appealing about this project, and a big reason why Blizzard Entertainment directly supported us financially with this project, is A, we were able to bring the quality to the table, as you can see with these edits and with this production value here with the project. But B, the videos in the hosting in these videos were hosted by positive personalities that this developer, that Blizzard Entertainment, wanted to associate themselves with. You love Moxness? I didn't know you were familiar with not Moxness, Tom Nash. Awesome. Yeah, he's currently our main host on TGN right now. And so that was a big reason that Blizzard wanted to associate themselves with this project and with this premium video series, is that it was hosted by positive personalities that they were proud to associate themselves with, like MF Pallytime, for example, within this gaming community. So this ties into that point I was just making a moment ago. If you want big opportunities to be in the game launcher of the game that you're covering, or to be promoted by big developers and publishers and multi-million follower social media accounts, or to make money directly from people paying you to make next level content, being brand safe, being positive and associating yourself only with the right people is critical for you to be able to get opportunities like this, to be inside of the Battle.net launcher or whatever, or to make a premium series like this. And so this is something that I want to share with you guys. If you want to be building the best gaming community out there and you really want to grow your online business or your gaming business, this is something that's really, really important for that process. Cool? So that ties into my previous point that I wanted to cover for you guys. And now I wanted to share just a fun thing that we did. So YouTube gaming. So I'm always talking about YouTube live streaming, and should you be streaming on YouTube? Should you be streaming on Twitch? Should you be streaming on Mixer? And one thing that we did early on was these all-day live streams where we would literally push the limitations of the YouTube algorithm to figure out what is going to be successful or not on YouTube gaming. A couple questions from you guys in chat. Let's go ahead and address these questions. If you guys have any questions about gaming community building, please let me know. I'm half ranting, half sharing our best practices and our knowledge that I've learned over the last 7 years with this project. Heroes is an amazing game which only got better year after year. Yep, that's absolutely true. How about being a reviewer, for example? At that point, you need to be honest. Yes. So if you're okay, so there's a big difference between being honest and being brand safe, and then being like positive and negative. So it is really important, and this is one of my points here on this last thing, is that you have to stay true to yourself. So being positive doesn't mean lying, Gamer Turk. So if you are going to be a reviewer, a gaming reviewer, you're going to be building a gaming community, you have to be honest about the games that you're creating, and you have to be honest about what you don't like about those games, what you would like to see be improved, just as much as you want to be honest about being excited about the game, or being excited about building a community around that game, or excited about playing a particular hero or whatever. So staying true to yourself is critically important, and being positive doesn't mean lying and saying that, oh my god, I'm having so much fun with this game, even though you're hating it. Or wow, this is the most epic, hypey, hype ever, etc. You need to stay true to yourself, and you need to be very honest with your audience at all times if you're going to build a successful gaming channel, a successful gaming community, and ultimately a successful online business of any description at all. Being critically honest is really, really important. For example, right now, a lot of people, if an initiative that they worked on they had to close it down, they wouldn't talk about it. They would try to ignore it, and they would just not talk about it and just try to pretend like everything's great all the time, etc., etc. And so, for example, right now, TGN Squadron is now closed. And so what I'm doing is I'm celebrating 7 years of success, but it did just close. And this is something that I was responsible for. So right now, I'm being critically honest with you guys, and I'm staying true to myself, because what I want to do right now is I want to talk about this initiative, and I want to be honest, and I want to share with you what I've learned from this initiative. So I'm being super honest with you guys, right? So I'm constantly talking about my credibility as a creator and my credibility as somebody in the industry. And so a part of my credibility is not only talking about my successes, but it's also talking about when things end, and what you learned from things when things end too. So I'm being honest with you guys right now, and I'm not only focusing on the positives and saying everything I've ever done has lasted forever and has made millions of dollars and is always lasting forever and is so happy, right? So it's all about being critically honest all the time with your community. Gaming audiences appreciate that especially. And so that's something that I think, or that's something that I take very seriously. And I follow, and I tend to gravitate towards community creators and people that I give money to, support their Patreon, support their channel memberships and what have you, when they are super honest every single moment. And I am going to always be that way with you guys. And that's a big reason why I think I'm building a great community on my channels and my avenues, is because I'm critically honest with all of you guys all the time. Tom Nash says, you don't trust IGN and GameStop anymore because they are clearly paid to promote certain things. Yep. Yeah, they are. I mean, in some cases they are. I'm not saying everybody at IGN or GameStop or whatever, like, well, GameStop, I don't know about GameStop, but IGN obviously has had some controversy in the past. I would say the vast majority of IGN's journalists are credible, and the vast majority of the people working for that company love gaming and are honest. But obviously there are some examples where, you know, money flows into that company, and, you know, obviously that sometimes that's going to probably have some influence on what they're going to say about certain products or games, or how much they're going to cover them. That's just the way it works when people pay you money. Beautiful. So cool. I'm glad you guys are getting value out of that. Mark Spurl's here. Good to see you, Mark Spurl. I delayed Mark Spurl's channel review because I wanted to talk about gaming community building and talk about TGN Squadron today. So thank you, Mark, for being patient with me on that one. And if you guys have not already, be sure to subscribe to Tom Nash. If you have not already, Tom Nash is another YouTube channel that helps creators grow. He's giving away free advice virtually every single day on the internet. So I'm going to link you Tom Nash's channel right now. This is Tom Nash right here. Check him out. Be sure to subscribe to Tom Nash. I'm not just saying that. Check him out. I just linked him in chat right now. He does regular content on how to grow. So if you're trying to build an online community or gaming community or any online business, Tom Nash is a great resource. Just linked it in chat for all of you guys to check him out there. Okay, let's talk about some other things. So, I was talking a moment ago about pushing the YouTube algorithm to its limitations. So when I speak to you guys about how much I know about YouTube gaming or whatever, we did these insane experiments with TGN Squadron of doing 12-hour-long live streams where we were pushing the algorithm to its absolute limitations to see how much benefit we could get out of the algorithm through all-day streams. And these are some of those examples of all-day streams. And we did all-day streams for Overwatch, for Heroes of the Storm primarily as well. And these were absolutely crazy, and these were in the early days of YouTube gaming. And we ended up launching the platform with these streams. So I've been there since the beginning, and the team's been there since the beginning with YouTube gaming. And hey, there I am on screen. Oh my god, I'm somebody who looks like a much younger version of myself. Live streaming here in the corner, webcam there. Oh my god, look at me. Holy moly, no beard. But anyway, the whole point of me telling you this is when platforms launch, when new platforms launch, and when new platforms are growing, you need to invest your time and your energy into experimenting with those new platforms and to see if you can benefit from those platforms launching. And this is something that we did with TGN Squadron, and it contributed a significant amount to the success of TGN Squadron being there at the launch of YouTube gaming. This was 3 years ago when nobody was watching gaming live streams on YouTube. And we decided to take a risk. We decided to invest early with our time and our resources to see if we could benefit from YouTube gaming when it was a growing platform that had low competition. Does this sound familiar, guys? Does this sound familiar at all? I just did a live stream last week telling you guys about Mixer, for example, and Facebook gaming. The reason why I'm recommending platforms to you guys, gaming creators and content creators in general, is you need to go to the platforms that have lower competition but are growing rapidly, and you can benefit from that growth, that new audience, and everything that's happening on that platform by being there early and by being a big fish in a little pond. And that's what we did with TGN Squadron, and we ended up growing a live streams on YouTube from like getting a couple hundred concurrent viewers here and there to up to regularly getting 500 to over 1,200 concurrent viewers on YouTube, which was unheard of when we first started on YouTube gaming. And so the team taking risks, the team getting in there early and innovating and looking at what's growing and looking at the future of these platforms is critical to growing a gaming community. Being willing to take risks and being willing to look at where the platforms are going and the industry is going and just investing your time to experiment there is critically important to your success in building an online community. If you guys building gaming communities and online communities only focus on, I'm going to be on the biggest platform only. Oops, there was audio going that whole time. Sorry about that. That was probably pretty annoying to listen to their audio and me at the same time. But if you're only investing your time and your energy into the biggest platforms, and you're trying to be the next ninja on Twitch, or you're only going to do Fortnite videos on YouTube, that is going to be extremely difficult for you to be successful with. I can tell you from experience. Go where there is, and I'm going to put this on the whiteboard right now for you guys. Go where there is low competition. These are two swords fighting each other. And go where there is high growth. That's where you want it. That's where you want to be. Low competition and high growth when you're trying to grow a gaming community. Okay? The audio wasn't loud, no worries. Okay, got it. Low competition, high growth. And right now, if you're trying to build a gaming community, everybody, where is there low competition and high growth? I've told you guys so many times, and I'm going to keep repeating it. There's low competition and high growth on Facebook Gaming and on Mixer right now. So if you're trying to grow a gaming community, this is my Gary Vaynerchuk style moment here, where I continually plug the same platforms over and over and over again until somebody listens to me. And the 1% of you guys that do listen to me and you go decide to build gaming communities on Facebook Gaming and on Mixer, you are going to win because you are going to be there early and you are going to be taking advantage of low competition and high growth. This is a lesson I learned with TGN Squadron, that I learned with the team, and I want all of you guys to keep this in mind when you're building your gaming communities today, okay? You didn't mind the audio either? Okay, cool. Yeah, it was just us shooting the shit in that video and streaming. Man, it was so fun to do those live streams, guys. To me, like, when I think back on TGN Squadron, those are like, for me, it's like the golden days of YouTube. It's like, I really look at it with nostalgia glasses. These are like the golden days of YouTube for me.
An unhealthy amount.
Just playing video games with my friends and my colleagues, trying to build an online business from scratch, and trying to hustle, work these platforms, work the algorithm, build a community, and just do what you love for a living, man. Like, this is it. For me, this is what's up. This is like really, really special to me. And so the fact that I've had experiences like this is the reason why I'm doing these streams to help you guys right now, is because these experiences matter so much to me, and I know what success looks like, and people are now creating content because of TGN Squadron full time.
And then we're gonna stream some more.
Thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people ended up connecting with new people on the internet and falling in love with new video games and becoming a part of a new community because of TGN Squadron. To me, that is really, really special. And I don't know. I'm sure I look at this project with some serious nostalgia glasses. And hey, there's Mo, one of the old schoolers with TGN. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, Mo. I'm sure I look at the project with some serious nostalgia glasses and, you know, forget a lot of the negative stuff or the challenges or what have you along the way. But projects like this are kind of what fill my heart, I guess you could say, and why I do these live streams to help creators right now, and why I still care after all of these years helping creators and doing what I do. I still care because of a lot of the feelings that I got, I guess, and how special this was to me. So okay, so let's continue to learn lessons from TGN Squadron. So another thing that I want you guys to keep in mind is that it's not just about your digital game, and it's not just about what you're doing on the internet. It's also very important to connect with people in real life. And so if you can get your community to fund you to go to events, this is a video of TGN Squadron members being at BlizzCon. If you can get funding to go to events like BlizzCon, or like Minecon, or like PAX East, PAX Prime, E3, meeting up with your fans in person is critically important for you to build lasting relationships with your audience and with other creators that will last for years. And Squadron did this for years with BlizzCon in particular, also Heroes of the Dorm and other events. And the relationships and the connections that were built there are magnitudes more potent and last longer than what you would get otherwise just through digital interactions with people. And so the strategy I'm recommending to you guys is to try to get your gaming community or your online community to fund you to go to events. And if you do go to events, I think it is mandatory that you do some sort of fan meetup while you are there, to meet up with your fans in person and to give them the opportunity to speak with you, to shake your hand, for you to have a beer with them, etc. I think that this is critically important to anybody who's building an online community, to build in real life relationships and connections with your fans. Seeing the wonderment in their eyes, seeing the stars in their eyes when they finally get to meet you, having people gush about how much they watch your content, getting to find out, their struggles, and to find out, to remember that every single person that's watching you is a real human being that really cares about you and that really matters, is critically important to building a great online community, is to have that in-person connection with the people that follow you and the people that watch you. And so this is something that I want all of you guys to remember, is that digital interactions only go so far when you're building an online community. The in-person interactions, those connections can last a lifetime. And those connections can result in real friendships that go for years and years and years. And I know that that will definitely be the case for me with a lot of the people I ended up collaborating with on TGN Squadron. And this is something that you guys should keep in mind. But one thing that you have to remember about Pontarac says, you first found MF Pallytime and you found Squadron, you follow so many of them for years after that. There you go. So having positive creators collaborate with each other and having like-minded people collaborate, and you end up sharing audience with each other for that reason. A lot of people discovered me on the internet because because I played with MF Pallytime and because I played with TGN Squadron, right? And so those positive collaborations are something that's really important. But one thing that you need to keep in mind if you're going to do in-person events is do not overcommit to your fans as to what you're going to deliver in person to them. All right, don't promise a big party if you can't afford it. Don't promise to buy everybody drinks if you can't afford it. Don't promise to meet everybody in person if you are a huge personality. Just promise that you're going to be at a particular place and people can arrive there and you will be there during a particular time just to get started. Don't promise them that you're going to buy things, or don't promise that you're going to do all sorts of things beyond that. You don't want to set high expectations with your fans and then let them down in real life. That is the ultimate letdown, which can really crush your online community and your gaming community building efforts. And so that's something that I want you guys to keep in mind. And we were always very careful with that with TGN Squadron, and all the parties that we threw or that we participated in. If we didn't have the budget, we didn't make the promises. And when we did have the budget, we made sure that we had Eventbrite, we had registrations, we didn't let too many people in, and that we could deliver on every single promise that we made to people when we did events in person. And that's something that's really, really important for you guys to keep in mind in your gaming community building efforts. Over-promising and under-delivering at events is a critical blow to your brand. It's a critical blow to your online business. Look at TanaCon as an example of recent drama with people over-promising and under-delivering. People get excruciatingly disappointed if they show up in real life. If you cancel a live stream or your video doesn't come out on time, that's forgivable. If you cancel an in-person event or you don't deliver on time for an in-person event, people will be pissed. So don't make that mistake when you're building your online gaming community. Trust me. All right, in TGN Squadron, that's something that I feel like Squadron really excelled at. Jimmy, thanks for joining again on Periscope. He's cutting in and out on Periscope. And so here's the other thing that I think is really, really important, and this is on the honesty bit. So now that TGN Squadron is moving on, and maybe the project will evolve in some regard or another, but the current version, don't ignore... I guess the point I'm going to say here is don't ignore things that you think would be negative to talk about with your community, or don't ignore the truth, right? TGN Squadron is... This chapter of Squadron's coming to an end after 7 successful years of keeping an initiative going on the internet. Like I mentioned earlier, what initiative lasts for 7 years on the internet? Almost nothing. Extremely successful for that reason, and recognize what's going on. And talk to your community about what's going on. If you need money, tell your community you need money. If you're sick, it's okay to tell your community if you're sick, if you're comfortable to do that. If you're struggling to find the creative energy to create content on your channel, if you're struggling to have fun doing what you do, tell your audience that. That brutal honesty, that incredible honesty that you are going to bring to your audience is going to build that loyalty that will last for years. And so here with this So Long Squadron video that was released on the channel, it's just super honest pictures of just the connections that people built with each other and just showing all of that from over the years. This isn't trying to make Squadron look like it's this epic thing that took over the world and got cajillions of views, and it's not trying to sell you anything. It's just showing the connections that people made with each other and the good times and being super, super honest. And this is something that I feel like TGN Squadron excelled at, and something that you can learn from in building your community and building what you do. High production value only goes a certain way. Honestly, high production value will only go a little bit of a ways for helping you build your community. Honesty is 100 times more important. Being genuine is 100 times more important on the internet and building a gaming community than having high production value. I can tell you that from experience, and I think that TGN Squadron has proven that. Not that it has led low production value, just the honesty and the genuineness and keeping in those weird interactions, or anytime somebody's sad, they talk about they're sad on TGN Squadron, that kind of thing. That honesty is what built the connection and what really helped this initiative last for as long as it lasted. Cool. That's something I really wanted to share with you guys. And so the last thing that I wanted to say, and this is for all of you, and I guess this is for anybody, maybe one of the last things I'll say about it today is I just want to say that I'm incredibly grateful to have been able to build this community here, the TGN Squadron community, with the team. And I'm so grateful to have worked with so many incredible people along the way. And I'm going to continue to share the knowledge that I've gained with this initiative with you guys over time, the live streaming knowledge, pretty much everything I know about YouTube gaming I know about because of this initiative and my own testing. So much of what I know about community management I know from this initiative and from testing. So much what I know about collaboration I've learned from this initiative and testing. And a lot of what I'm going, and the foundation that I'm working off of and with my knowledge that I'm sharing with you guys is because of this initiative. So I'm so grateful for it. I hope that you guys learned a few things, or if you didn't learn a few things, I emphasized a few things that you already knew that you guys need to double down on when it comes to building your successful gaming community. Start with a concept you're passionate about, collaborate with people that are positive, and make sure that you stay true to yourself. That is critically important to your success in building an incredible and lasting online community. Okay? Alrighty then. So let's go ahead and address some patron questions. And we've got some channel reviews coming up this week, which will be really, really exciting. But patron question number 1. And you guys feel free to ask your questions about community building, about online community management. I would love to see what you guys think and what you guys want to know about that. I've got years and years and years of experience doing this on so many destinations, so many successful initiatives, so I'm happy to share my knowledge. Feel free to drop your questions in chat, but here's a question from Helmets. So as he's trying to get into Facebook gaming, set up with Twitch and others, Facebook states that the max supported settings are 720p on Facebook gaming. And I've been pushing Facebook gaming as a live streaming platform, as you guys know, for a bit. But 720p at 30 frames per second, should you drop down to accommodate? And the answer to that question is no, you should not. So Facebook gaming now supports, to my knowledge, it now supports 1080p 60 FPS live streaming, to my knowledge. So that has now happened. So you do not need to drop your settings down for that. It is now 1080p 60 FPS so that it can properly support gaming live streams to the fullest extent. So do not change your do not change your OBS settings down to 720 only for this platform. Go full 1080 60 FPS you can go full throttle here. Facebook is not playing around. They're building what they hope will be a gaming live streaming platform that will last, so feel free to go full quality there. However, I believe right now that in terms of your bit rate when streaming to Facebook gaming, you have a 4K maximum bit rate, 4000 maximum bit rate, which is not the best for 1080p 60 FPS live streaming. So I believe it is a 4K bitrate cap. I think that's the cap on Twitch as well. Correct me if I'm wrong there, guys. But that is actually the cap for 720p live streaming on YouTube. So it's actually not the highest bitrate. So YouTube will still have the highest image quality right now because they allow the highest bitrate for your live streams. But you can go 1080p 60 FPS right now. In terms of quality, I would say that YouTube's live streaming quality is the highest. I would say that Twitch is the second highest, Mixer is the third highest, and Facebook Gaming is the lowest in terms of your actual quality of image from my personal experience. I can be sure that YouTube is literally the highest quality gaming live stream image that you can give because it accepts the highest bitrate currently, because YouTube is a bit ahead in terms of their encoding technology. Okay, so Helmets, I hope that answered your question. Do 1080p 60 FPS, but I believe that 4K is your highest possible bitrate on that platform. Okay, here's a question from Mark Spurl asking, hey Awall, here's a question you may be able to answer. I'm getting around 45, and I'm going to be doing a channel review for Mark here on tomorrow's live stream, but he's getting around 45,000 views per month. But only 350 of those views are from his subscribers. What can he do to convert non-subscribers into subscribers? So how many of you guys have had this challenge, whether it's a technology channel, whether it's a gaming channel? I'm sure a lot of you guys have had this challenge along the way of figuring out how it is that you can capture audience members that come by to actually become your subscriber and really to become a loyal viewer, right? So this is Mark's channel, but when people subscribe to your channel, as you guys know, it's relatively inconsequential as to whether they subscribe or not. So we've talked about this before, but subscribers don't matter really almost at all on YouTube. Because, and I've talked about this at length, but as you guys know, when you subscribe to a channel, you aren't necessarily going to see their content. When you enable notifications on YouTube, you aren't necessarily going to see their content either. So whether they subscribe or not, it's relatively inconsequential, to be totally honest. But the reason why, generally speaking, the reason why people are discovering content on YouTube but not getting the subscribe views from it is because the majority of their traffic, of course, is coming from YouTube search. And with a channel like Mark's, he's doing a lot of like technology reviews and what have you. And so occasionally his videos will take off. Like this video got 4,500 views. This one got 7,400. This one got 15,000. They're getting YouTube search traffic, and those people are not converting into subscribers. So how do you get people to convert into subscribers, if that mattered? I would say it doesn't matter. But let's talk about the things that you can do. So number one, the first thing that you can do to turn random viewer that discovers your channel through search and discovery into subscriber is, number one, you can be on camera. You need to be on camera, and you need to be emphasizing your personality as much as you possibly can through your content. That is something that, for the most part, is going to help you convert viewers into subscribers. There's a million phrases out there to capture this concept. Your vibe attracts your tribe is one of them, and the riches are in the niches or whatever. But the bottom line is, if a human being looks at another human being and they like them, they're probably going to come back to them. And so if they can't see your face, or if they can't get to know you as a person a bit more through that piece of content, and it's just a purely informative piece of content, they are far less likely to subscribe in that case or to become your viewer. Okay, another thing that you can do is create similar content. All right? So just generally speaking, creating similar content. So if you're creating random videos on your channel, and all those videos, let's say you've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of content on your channel. And people are discovering that different content through YouTube search or YouTube search and discovery. Okay, you got subject number 1, pink guy's gonna come to that video. Subject number 2, yellow guy's gonna come to that video. Subject number 3, black dot's gonna come to that video. Subject number 4, white dot's gonna come to that video. And subject number 5, orange dot's gonna come to that video, right? And so the point of me doing these different colors and different numbers is these are all different types of people interested in different subjects that are coming to discover your content here, 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 and here. So the more variety and content that you have in your channel, the less likely it is that they're going to visit your channel and then want to subscribe to your channel, because there's so many other different types of content on your channel that they aren't interested in. So what I generally recommend to you guys, and I'm going to go back to this over and over and over again, this is another reason why the 80-20 content rule is so critical. 80% one type of primary content that does extremely well on your channel, and only 20% variety content on your channel. Is if they come to your channel and they discover that 80% of your content is similar to the content that they just watched, they're far more likely to subscribe at that point. Okay? And so you might be like, well, on Mark's channel, you might be like, well, I'm doing technology videos, so it's 100% technology. I'm not saying that you're saying that, but somebody might think that way. Or I'm doing 100% gaming videos, so shouldn't people want to subscribe because I'm doing 100% gaming videos? Well, are you doing content only on one game? Because if you're not, then people may not want to subscribe to your video. Or are you doing content that's only one distinct format? Well, people may not want to subscribe because they're seeing different types of content there. So doing similar content is a critical strategy to getting people to come back and to watch more of your content and to subscribe and to become a viewer. Another thing that is very, very important to getting people to come back with them, and this may seem generic, but it is absolutely true, is to actually give people substantive engagement on multiple platforms, not just YouTube. So what I mean by that is, and I'm not just talking about reply to the comments and people will come back to your gaming channel or your technology channel and they'll end up coming back and you'll build this huge community. No, I'm talking about substantive engagement. So constantly be plugging different things that are going on your different avenues to keep in touch with the people that are watching you in a substantive way. So here's an example that you can use for inspiration. So let's say you make a video about subject A. Not a video. How about a video about subject A? What you can do after you make video about subject A is in that video say, hey guys, on Instagram, I'm doing a live stream. You can catch me tomorrow and I'll answer all of your questions on Instagram at 10 a.m. about subject A. Then later on you can say, you know what? Later on this week, I'm gonna be on Twitch live streaming game A this Friday. So if you wanna come check out more of this, come check me out on my live stream. You can also say, I'm doing an AMA on Reddit this week about subject A. Come check out the AMA. I've got a post in the description below. Come check out my AMA on Reddit. There's another tie-in with subject A. You can also do something like, hey guys, I've got a Facebook group about subject A, whether that's iPhones or whether that's a particular video game, whatever it is. Come join my Facebook group. Pinned comment below to join my Facebook group about subject A. And so the question you asked is, well, hold on a second. I want to get more subscribers, right? Forget about subscribers. Subscribers are worthless. It's all about people that are engaging with you regularly and are regularly coming back to your content and to your different avenues to come check you out. And the best way to do that is not subscribers on YouTube, because subscribers are broken. Subscribers don't really matter. It's getting them to follow you and engage with you in multiple formats on multiple platforms on the regular. If they're following you not only on YouTube, but also on Instagram, if they checked you out in a Reddit AMA, if they checked you out on Twitch, if they are on your Facebook group, whenever they're opening up multiple apps throughout the day, and they are going to be seeing you. They're going to have seen you in multiple formats, videos, live streams, written format, and they're going to build a deeper connection with you and actually give a crap about you. And so engaging with viewers on multiple platforms in multiple ways is actually the best way to build a loyal following that is actually going to care about you and come back manually. Come back and actually think about you and then come to your channel. You don't want to rely on the notifications that are coming up on somebody's phone to build your community. You don't want to rely on the YouTube sub box or Twitch notifications or Mixer notifications to build your community. You need to go multi-platform right now, Mark and everybody else watching this stream. I'm glad you're getting value out of that, Mark. Mark's in the stream right now getting value out of that. Let me share with you an example. Look, I'm not the master of this. I am trying to do as much of it with as much of my time as I possibly can. But let me tell you this. I'm restreaming right now on multiple platforms. I'm restreaming right now on Mixer, on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Periscope. And guess what? I am active on Quora, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, Mixer, and LinkedIn, and Patreon. I am active on all of those platforms. Instagram, I've been kind of weak recently, but I'm active on almost all of those on a weekly basis, some of them on multiple times on a daily basis. And the reason why I'm emphasizing that, guys, even Quora. Seriously, let me pull up Quora. One of my patrons that just followed me just now found me on Quora. Have you guys even thought about Quora? A platform that you can answer questions on? The strategy is to be everywhere all the time on all of these platforms because it is the golden age of distribution where you can be everywhere. My latest patron here, Bullet Bites up here, found me on Quora, not on these normal platforms, okay? I even released my content on LinkedIn. And the point of me telling you this is not to brag about how smart I am or awesome I am. The point of this is to tell you that I can't rely just on my YouTube subscribers to grow my community and to grow my business. I need to use all of these platforms to my advantage. Like, look at LinkedIn. I got 5,000 views on this post that I just put up of an image here on LinkedIn. Have you guys thought about LinkedIn? Why are you focusing so much on your YouTube subs, everybody? What about LinkedIn? 5,000 views on this post, 20 thumbs ups, awesome. How about this video right here that I released on YouTube? 2,000 views on LinkedIn on this video. You know how many views it got on YouTube? 90. 2,000 views on LinkedIn. Not bad. You know how many views this got on Twitter? 5,000 views on Twitter. Why are you just thinking about YouTube, everybody? Why are you just thinking about one platform, everybody? You may see me release a video on my YouTube channel, only gets 90 views on YouTube, but overall, it got 10,000 views across all of these platforms. Going multi-platform is the best way to capture audiences. So if they see you on YouTube, tell them, I'm doing this unique thing you cannot miss on Instagram. I'm doing this unique thing you cannot miss even here on YouTube. Don't say, yo guys, watch another video. Maybe say, I'm doing a live stream this Friday. Link in the description below. Come ask me anything about such and such subject and I'll hook you up. Okay? Be everywhere all the time. That is the best way to remedy your subscription box problems that you may have had, okay? All right, beautiful. That was all of the Patreon questions that I had for today. Are there any more questions from the audience about community building, about platforms, and about growing the best gaming community, building online communities, building your online business? Hit me with them right now if you guys have any more of those questions, okay? Hit me up. Let me hear those questions. Because otherwise, if we don't have any more questions, we're going to wrap things up for today so I can spend some extra time preparing for those legendary channel reviews we're going to be doing later this week. Mark Spurl's going to be next. Darcizzle Offshore also is now following me on Patreon, and also Bullet Bites is going to be getting their legendary channel review later this week, which I'm very excited about. And thank you to all of you guys for your financial support there. So hit me with those questions in chat if you don't have any more. We are going to wrap it up for the day. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Super excited about that. And I got a new connector, so I'm actually going to be doing some 80/20 experimentation. I'm going to be doing some gaming content here shortly on all of my avenues, doing some mobile gaming content here soon. So I'm going to be doing my own 80/20. Gluten Slayer, legendary. All right, beautiful. We're going to wrap it up then. Thank you all so much for coming to this stream. This was all about how to build the best gaming community and how to build the best community online. And I want to thank all of you for being a part of my community. And once again, I want to thank everybody that's ever been a part of TGN Squadron for everything that you did. I love you guys. I love that project. And I just want to say I'm thankful for all 7 successful years of working together on that project and building a collaborative creator opportunity to help people do what they love each and every day. That's what's up. That's what Squadron's all about. That's what's going to live on. That's going to be the legacy of Squadron, and I couldn't be more grateful for that. All right, see you guys in the next one. Have a fantastic day. Keep creating great content, and I'll see you in the live stream tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time.